It's bizarre enough that we have demands of representation in certain fictional media. It's even more bizarre for you to demand representation in the demographics. A lot of entertainment media right now are very global hobbies that people can enjoy regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, or sexuality. All you need is an interest in those specific media. But then we have this bizarre article.
Representation in fandoms matters more now than ever.
That is a pretty damn bizarre demand, considering that Marvel is very popular internationally. There are so many people who love the MCU, and they span from many different parts of the world. You cannot get any more diverse than that. The only way for you to be more diverse than that is if you kick white people out of the discussion.
Black Panther opened last weekend, securing the slot for the 5th largest opening in film history, suggesting that nerd culture is not as homogenous as many insist. The success of Ryan Coogler's film might finally break the white male stranglehold of the film industry.
Oh my god. Look, I love Black Panther. I think it's a great film and there are tons of people who seem to agree with me. The worst criticisms that I've heard from the movie is that they're just okay, meh, or that it's not for them. But regardless of your opinions on Black Panther, we can all agree that this article is ridiculous. You know what else that we can agree on? Financial support is amazing. Yeah, I need to work out to these transitions. Huge thanks to Anton, GUG, and Just Sagan for the pledges on Patreon. You are fantastic. And also a shout out to Sal for this very Bishonen fan art which makes me look like Ray from Free with Toby Swim Club. If I were to be put in an anime world, am I supposed to be the hot guy with glasses? That explains why there's an unusually large number of women watching my channel. Regardless, thanks for the fan art, it looks hot.
Though racism and sexism are no doubt persistent throughout all media, it seems particularly pernicious in franchises with devoted fan bases.
Okay. Prove it. There are white people who enjoyed this film. There are women who enjoyed this film. How is this sexism or racism? I am not black and I enjoyed the film. Actually, that's not accurate. Apparently, some people in my family are black and this brilliant diversity recognition software actually said that I am black. Of June 2017 was fun times and that thing is a lot of fun. But my point is, there are people who enjoyed this film who are not black and not men. So please prove this racism and sexism you're talking about.
It took the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU, 10 years and 17 movies before releasing a film where a person of color receives top billing. It took 9 years and 16 movies before Marvel hired a person of color to direct one of their movies. That honor went to Taika Waititi with Thor Ragnarok.
And how does that matter? I actually didn't like Thor Ragnarok that much, maybe because my expectations are a bit too high since the first trailer. But Thor Ragnarok tries to be unique and retro, but it just ends up being a generic Marvel flick that becomes an odd Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff that doesn't really offer much in my opinion. So I don't think this is pretty much a great honor to give to Taika Waititi, but to be fair to him, his previous film, What We Do in the Shadows, is pretty funny, and I recommend it if you want some nice comedy.
To date, Marvel has no female-led or female-directed movies, as Captain Marvel is not set to be released until 2019.
Again, how does that matter? I don't understand. Please explain to me why Captain Marvel should have a female director. Having a female director is not a guarantee of quality. Wonder Woman is good because the director does a great job, not because she's a woman.
This diversity problem is not confined to the MCU, though the Star Wars franchise has made inroads with diversity with the casting of John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Kelly Mary Tran, and much of the Rogue One cast. The franchise persists in only casting uncannily similar-looking white brunette women.
Wow. You're criticizing the new Star Wars of all things for lacking diversity, even after all of the things that Disney has done to diversify it. The entitlement is astonishing here. You are never pleased. This is why you should never ever please these people. Do not try. Do not attempt. Just for the love of God, don't.
Similarly, these major franchises remain woefully without LGBTQ+ representation.
Oh my god, stop. You are insane. You are ridiculous, and you are never pleased. Not satisfied with the non-white representation, you go for the LGBT! This will never stop. This will never stop at all. And frankly, I am astonished by the amount of dedication that you guys have.
Similarly, these major franchises remain woefully without LGBTQ+ representation. Loki, Tom Hiddleston was a hit among MCU fans. The studio knew this and capitalized on it. Some may remember Hiddleston's famous San Diego Comic-Con appearance. In both the comics and Norse mythology, Loki is bisexual and gender fluid. The films have not addressed this at all.
Okay, can anybody please confirm that to me? And even if that statement is true, how will that be important for the entire MCU? What will his bisexuality and gender fluidity contribute into the universe? You're saying so many things but not providing reasons for it. I've said this so many times, but demanding diversity and representation is all about being noticed by Marvel Senpai, and all of that apparently can be at the expense of the overall story. What will acknowledging Loki's bisexuality do to the overall plot, making sure that he can bone up with Thanos to conquer the world? Or a more important question, are these demands of diversity and representation are just a sinister attempt at making sure your incest fanfictions are canon? And before you say that Loki is adopted, so is this chick, and it wouldn't make it any less disturbing.
Even when there are opportunities to depict LGBTQ plus characters, it often gets vetoed. It's significant that in For Ragnarok, Tessa Thompson, a woman of color, was cast as Valkyrie, a traditionally white blonde character, but the exclusion of her bisexuality is disheartening. Still, Thompson deserves credit for her vocal support of Valkyrie's identity, even going so far as to suggest that her character's female lover did make a brief appearance.
Oh, for God's sake, you didn't make any points here. You just point out how characters are gay. Give me something to work with. Give me some good arguments other than it's disheartening. That's about as emotional as you can get. At this moment, you're just being lazy. Considering that you were also asking for non-white representation, might as well put this song.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Similarly, there was some consideration of including a scene in Black Panther where Okoye, Danai Gurira, and Ayo, Florence Kasumba, briefly flirt with each other. This scene ultimately did not make it into the film.
Okay. So freaking what? I don't know about you, but I cannot suspend my disbelief to LGBT people in Africa. And I know what you're gonna say, what you can't suspend your disbelief in LGBT people in Africa when there's a billionaire with an iron suit lecturing a high school student who has spider powers. At least both of them can serve good action and story. Demanding LGBT people in Africa is just you pointlessly hoping that Hollywood senpai might notice your issues. Black Panther isn't about your stupid goddamn issues. If you want your issues to be noticed, I think you need to call your parents.
Again, this failing is not confined to the MCU, as the Harry Potter franchise has repeatedly neglected opportunities to include explicitly LGBTQ plus characters, shying away from Dumbledore's homosexuality.
I'm sorry, what?
Again, this failing is not confined to the MCU, as the Harry Potter franchise has repeatedly neglected opportunities to include explicitly LGBTQ plus characters, shying away from Dumbledore's homosexuality.
That's not real. Dumbledore's gay. That's the stupidest thing that I have ever heard in my entire life. My god, that level of idiocy transcends the infinite universe. This must have been the studio meddling in the recent Fantastic Beasts film and not J.K. Rowling literally suggesting that. No, just no. Give me a reason why Dumbledore should be gay, other than please senpai notice me, I am gay. Give me at least one good reason in how Dumbledore's gayness can contribute to the overall Harry Potter lore. Or even better, can we stop talking about Harry Potter already?
This tendency to shy away from representation is all the more frustrating because of the significant inroads being made in the comics themselves. The comic industry is by no means perfect with representation, but it is outshining the on-screen universes.
And they sold poorly. A lot of the books are cancelled, in fact. Just recently, Marvel decided to do a fresh start, and people have been complaining about it relentlessly. I'm not following too much on what's happening with Marvel Comics, so please check out Diversity in Comics' channel for that.
Not only do the major franchises not represent the diversity of their audience, these fandoms can be outright predatory towards marginalized groups. The harassment and doxing brought on by GamerGate controversy.
Nope. This article is 4 years late. I don't want to talk about a dead horse. I don't want to constantly define GamerGate thousands and thousands of times. I am done with this. If you want to know what GamerGate is, please consult the website I linked down below. Let's move on, please.
Fans and characters of color suffer even more harassment. CW used the Flash cast Candice Penn as the traditionally white Iris West. The show is in its 4th season and there is still backlash to Penn's character.
Wait, really? I am totally fine with the West family being black in The Flash. I love the first 2 seasons of The Flash. Haven't seen the rest because they're just meh, but there's a backlash for her? I really don't remember that, and as someone who watched The Flash and a fan of DC, I don't mind her and the rest of the West family at all.
Twitter users may remember the massive attack mounted against Leslie Jones after the release of the all-female Ghostbusters reboot, which resulted in Milo Yiannopoulos being banned from Twitter, a rare move on the part of a website notoriously resistant for banning users.
Jesus Christ, you're dealing with old news after old news after old news. Your article sucks. Get a better writer, please. Or just go straight to the point of your fandom criticism.
Fandom is not without individuals attempting to infuse these spaces with necessary representation, such as Michael Dorian Parks of Geeks of Color and Jamie Broadnax of Black Girl Nerds. These efforts are often met with the excuse that movies targeting a certain demographic, any movie that does not explicitly include a white straight cis male insert for the fanboys, just won't sell enough tickets to justify the monetary investment. This is objectively false.
Congratulations for refuting a claim that nobody makes. Nobody said that a movie should explicitly include a straight white cis male insert for fanboys to be successful. I mean, come on, where are you getting this information from? The KKK website?
There is no excuse for discontinued resistance to diversity. Everyone should have heroes who look like them.
Stop.
Stories
No, they don't. No, they don't. Kids do not deserve heroes that look like them. Kids deserve heroes that are idealistic, charming, and can actually kick a lot of ass. Everyone should have heroes who look like them. How about everyone should have heroes that kick ass? Also, there's no excuse for this continued resistance to diversity. There is one. You haven't given any good reason other than trying to cater into your own entitled, unstable, mentally damaged mind.
There is no excuse for discontinued resistance to diversity. Everyone should have heroes who look like them. Stories teach us how to believe and hope and dream, and heroes were always meant to give us ideals to strive towards. The basketball-playing Oakland kids who began and end Black Panther see themselves in their heroes, the King of Wakanda and his genius sister. Every kid deserves that.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And speaking of fandoms, there are more articles that attack movie fandoms, especially the male ones. Here's an article about how fanboys should just die and that it's just a myth right now. I don't want to dwell too much on this one because honestly, the article has nothing to say other than the last couple of paragraphs and saying how the word fanboy is sexist and reductionary. Saying the word is sexist is about as effective as telling the trolls to stop trolling. You can't, and you're only going to make the problem worse for yourself. What I love about this article is that it cited James Cameron movies and Schwarzenegger movies and how those movies cater to boys, forgetting the fact that Terminator 2 has Sarah freaking Connor and James Cameron not only directed Aliens, but a movie that put tears in every girl in the late 90s. Other than that, the article just makes the claim that, well, Star Wars isn't just for the boys anymore. And to that I say, Star Wars is for everybody ever since the first film. Girls can watch Star Wars and love Star Wars. It is extremely possible to do that. You don't have to add token female characters or non-white characters for people to aspire to. There's no need for it. And if you're up for diversity's sake, Star Wars, why did you waste the cast for the raid? I'm still bitter on that, and if that's J.J. Abrams' decisions, I want him to suck a dick. There are men who still believe that Star Wars is a guy thing. There are tons more who still believe that Star Wars is capable of doing something good after all of the garbage things that Star Wars has for the recent couple of years. And I cannot imagine their disappointment.
Yet there's no denying the image of the fanboy persists. Not just the fan, but the male nerd geek obsessive who rules movie culture through the displaced passion of his pop addiction. He's been calling the shots in Hollywood for too long now, justifying the taste and decisions of the people who work there. He was once a reality, but now he's just an excuse.
So fanboys are just a myth now. Therefore, it's perfectly fine to pander into the demands of these culture warriors and how movies need diversity even if the demands are super freaking ridiculous. I really don't get the complaints here. I'm still looking for an answer and why representation matters. I've done this for more than 2 goddamn years because this is genuinely a question that fascinates me. And every single attempt in trying to understand these ridiculous demands, all I see is nothing but good old entitlement. Entitlement that comes from people who clearly never got any attention from their parents. So they beg Senpai Hollywood to notice them. Can at least one of you guys give a convincing argument in why diversity is great and necessary? It would be a great change of pace rather than articles after articles that sound like begging after begging. And the most bizarre thing is demanding Hollywood to notice you. Considering how Hollywood is successful of nothing but bad people after bad people, I don't know why you want to be noticed by them. It's like demanding to be noticed by Senpai Hannibal.